Alright, today on the channel we're going to be working on this Yard Machines 20-inch Powermore motor. It's 140 cc's overhead valve, and these mowers, these motors, I love them. Powermore has a really powerful stroke, and then when the gases combust, it just gives a nice, strong, confident pop. And so that's one of the reasons why I like this motor. And today, this carburetor is not allowing the motor to get fuel. The main jet is clogged up. I got spark, and I checked with carburetor spray, carburetor cleaner spray. I put some fuel injector carburetor cleaner in the tank, and I just let it sit for a couple days to see if, and primed it, pressed the primer, and let it sit and see if I can dissolve some of those deposits, but that didn't work. It usually doesn't work. So the best way, quickest way is to just get a new carburetor. But because I'm making videos for you guys, let's take this carburetor apart and see if we can poke the jet through, poke a hole through that corrosion. All right, let's get started on the channel right now. So the first thing we're going to do when working on this Yard Machines Powermore motor is we're going to open this air filter cover and then take off these two nuts. They look like a 10. Let's see if they are. 10. Uh-oh. Did I drop that nut inside here? Oh boy. Okay. So it was stuck on the hose there. Let me take this other nut off. Put it in my magnetic tray. This is loose now. The primer bulb hose is attached here. I'll just twist that to the side, rotate it like that, and you can see the other nut is inside the carburetor right now, so we'll have to get that out. All right, looks like someone, I don't know if this is the right carburetor. I'm not sure actually, but it certainly looks like, I don't know, this looks like it might be bent. Somebody might have messed with that. So So we need to take this little tiny spring off. Take this tiny spring off. Okay. And then turn the butterfly valve to the left and then lift up. Once you get it there, start lifting up so that the throttle linkage comes off. Do I really want to? I guess I gotta pinch off this fuel line. I'm gonna need some extra light here. I'm gonna have to pinch off. Here's a fuel line. I'm gonna have to pinch off that fuel line so that we don't spill fuel everywhere because this tank is full. And then pull off this breather return hose here, and then I'll be able to take off the carburetor. Actually, let me get the grip pliers. Oh man, too tight. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now this cover part just comes right off when you disconnect that. Then you have a free carburetor. You can just come right out. And let's take a look. I don't see any gaskets. Oh, first things first. Let's dump out that nut. Okay. Now we're good. This carburetor does not look super dirty. But maybe they tried to clean it and weren't able to get... Oh, there's a throttle adjustment, the idle adjustment. Maybe they weren't able to get it. So let's open this up and get to the main jet. I believe that's another 10. Alright, open up the bowl. The bowl does not look dirty. But that doesn't say that the jet isn't clean, so Let's put a flathead in here, way down deep, and see what that looks like inside. Alright, here we go. Let's crack that open. Uh-oh, lost it. It never fails. I always drop the jet. Here it is. Alright. Now let's do this little test to see if it's clogged. So here's what I do, right? You hold it up to the light and then you try to look through. I see zero daylight. That's why the motor is not running. So let's break that free. Let's poke something through there and get some daylight. Let me get my welding tip cleaner. Be right back. All right, here's my set of tip cleaners. And so these are perfect for cleaning out carburetor jets. And I'm going to use like the 5th or 6th one out of here. So let's flip them over. This one looks good enough. Let me get my carburetor jet, and then you want to poke right through the center of the jet. Oh, that is too small. Okay, that one's too small. That one bent. So let's get another one, smaller one. So too big, I mean. All right, let's try this one. Let me get my jet back up together here. It's not magnetic. And by the way, I just cracked my cell phone case. So there goes another couple $100 for a screen. It's the worst, man. They make these things to not be durable, so they can make money on the back end by selling glass. Come on, get up there. This one can't poke through either. So I need smaller than that. Okay. Let's go smaller than the third one in the bunch. Okay, got it. Let's try this one. One-handed. Let's see if I can do this. That is still too big. I only got 2 left. I only have 2 left. Too smaller than that. Actually, just one. One smaller. It's the smallest one. Get all of them out. Smallest file in the bunch. Let's see if this works. Oh, got it. Poked it through. Let's see if we can see the corrosion that we broke through. There's a corrosion. So now you got a really good view of the corrosion that's on the inside of a carburetor jet that you got to poke through. And that stuff is really difficult to dissolve, so there's not really a whole lot of solvents, and you want to work it back and forth along the ridges of this tip cleaner file. See if I can get it any clearer for you. So you want to go back and forth like this and really clean it out. And done. Now let's do that daylight test again. I think you can kind of see it already. Let's do that daylight test. So you hold it up to the light, and we see the light now. So there you go. That is cleaning out the carburetor jet. Let's throw this back in the mower and see if it works. All right. Got the carburetor back on. Let's put this sucker on. It's air filter. And then, okay, clamp carburetor, gasket, and then I put the linkage, and then the spring, and then the cover, the air filter cover, and then the air filter primer hose and the fuel line. We'll prime it when it's down on the ground, and that is it. I hope this works, because I did crack my screen for you guys. Alright, let's see. One-handed. Let me hold this here. I will prime it. Gotta wait for fuel to get down there. Do I have fuel? There's some fuel in there. Prime it some more. After a carb clean. Okay. Well, good. You fire up without any spray. Prime a little more. So priming seems to work now. jet is still clogged, or some pathway in the carburetor is still clogged. I have a feeling I need to clean out some other holes in that carb. If not, I'll just get a new carburetor. But let's see. Maybe I should stay down here and keep priming, because I'm not sure if I have any vacuum. There we go. That works great. Sounds pretty good. Think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. That's a kind of old thing to do now, but let me know what you think. You just clean out the main jet, and there's some side jets too, so you got to really work it afterwards with a primer bulb. That's all for now. Silver repair, out. Oh yeah, you win some, you lose some, because this yard machines. Let's hear how this one sounds. This is from a couple weeks ago. I changed the carburetor. This is a brand new carburetor from Amazon. Right. So it should fires right up. But let me show you what happens. This is a 500E. You give it a little bit of resistance. Oh, you don't even need to. And then it does this thing where it runs really crappy, very rich. So air is not getting in there. And I don't know. I don't know if I should work on it some more, or if I should just let somebody else take care of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. See y'all next time with Civil Repair.